Hey newbies and oldies, welcome to WaterBaby Tarot, and welcome to a Divine Counterpart update. I know it's been a while since I've done one. As you guys know, my life's been a little crazy and chaotic. Also, you guys know I've been trying so hard to move away from that, the Divine Counterparts, but they won't let me. They won't let me. And in the readings I've been doing the last week, it's been very clear to me that Divine Masculine's energy has kind of taken center stage. I just feel like in every reading I've done in this last week, it's like it seems to be so much masculine energy, and it's like, okay, something's going on with the masculines for sure. So I decided it probably was a good time to do an update. So here we are. Just know, guys, that like also I'm trying really hard to get most videos done today, like if not all of them done today. I've had a little bit of a hiccup in the last couple days, and it's kind of some bad news. And for those of you who know, I have 2 cats. Sly got out. I haven't seen him, and I really hope he comes back because he's not an outdoor cat. I really hope he comes back, and it's been a little bit of a bummer. But anyway, so I also thought this video would also lift my spirits a little bit because I do like giving you guys updates on this stuff. It's just I don't like people getting stuck on the idea of divine counterparts. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't like people getting stuck in the idea of divine counterparts in like the very fantastical romantic sense, because to me, it's a spiritual journey more so than anything. And if it's romantic for you, then hey, that's fabulous, right? More than anything, it is a spiritual journey, and it's not an easy one. So I don't think people should be super eager to just jump right into just because they have the wrong perception of it, right? So I just want you guys to know that. Also, I did bring out one of my new decks. I'm slowly getting all my new decks like ready for videos, and I prepped one already, and it's a little risque, and it's a deck I've been wanting to use for a long time. But because it's risque, I need to say that you need to be 18 and over to watch this video, okay? I'll say that one more time. You need to be 18 and over to watch this video because it's a little risque, and I prepped the deck in the masculine, feminine energies as emerging energy, and you will not believe what came out. This was just to get the card ready. The card's ready. Look at that. 6 of Cups and the freaking Ace of Cups. Like, honest to God, I prepped this deck. I prepped it yesterday to get it ready for today. And I was like, you know what? It's time for a Divine Counterpart update. Let me get these calibrated. Yeah, 6 of Cups and Ace of Cups. And this is a mutual energy, guys, because I was honing in on both of you. This is mutual. Look at that. Fucking look at that. Isn't that... You two are just all wrapped up in each other's energy. You're longing for each other. You're really missing each other. And because the Divine Masculine's energy has really taken center stage, I do feel this more strongly from the masculine. You both are missing each other and thinking about each other a lot, but it's the masculine who I'm almost getting is like a, like building, like I almost can't take, I can't like, I can't take it anymore. Like I can't take the longing. I can't take the longing anymore. It's really starting to get to them. And something must have happened recently with the feminine energy to trigger this, because it feels like it's like, you know, it was fairly silent, fairly mild of that kind of missing energy, and all of a sudden it's really amplified. So I think something's been going on with the feminines, who I feel like you guys have pretty much just been doing your own thing. Some of y'all are in hermit mode, but for the most part, I think you guys are just focusing on you, which is what you should be doing, and the masculines might be sensing that. But this is, at the end of the day, a very mutual energy, just getting calibrated into what's going on with the divine counterparts, okay? So that being said, let's focus on the masculine since they're center stage anyway, so they're gonna overwhelm the reading if I do it just like a shared energy like that. So let's focus in on the masculine and see where they're at, okay? I'm actually gonna use the Shaman deck. A lot of you have really loved this deck, and I love it too, personally. So let's see where the masculine is at energy-wise, okay? Show us the masculine of the divine counterparts. Show us the masculine energy of the divine counterparts. Show us the divine masculine energy of divine counterparts. Oh my, what's underneath? Oh, I got the chills. Look at this. 60, Vision Quest, breaking down to a 6, and then Water, 61, breaking down to a 7. Progression in a very emotional, inspirational, intuitive, very intuitive. I mean, my God, a freaking Vision Quest, guys. Like for the masculine right now, they are in such a emotional state, I can't believe these came out together like this. And like, you know how much I shuffle my cards. I'm also really drawn to the imagery here in the Vision Quest. It's like, it just looks like a giant full moon to me, and it's like the heart is all lit up. Their heart space is very open right now, and I think it's actually making them kind of uncomfortable. It's just what I'm gathering. But more than anything, their intuition is like on point. It's peaked. It's high. Their intuition and emotions as well. Emotions are running really high. Let's see what else we can get from this. Okay, and we'll go into the Vision Quest card. It's like they're definitely going down a bit of a journey here, intuitively and spiritually, but they're in a very loving place right now. Wow, the Time Master with the number 57 breaking down to a 3. There's some reassessing is what I'm getting, like a lot of reassessing and a lot of healing. And the Time Master is all about adjusting timelines, like, you know, whoever resonates with that, adjusting timelines, because time, as we know, is not linear, right? But I'm almost feeling like healing a lot of their past to shift their present. Like, that's kind of what I'm getting. Healing a lot of their past to shift their present to make sure their future is recalibrated. I'm almost getting like there was a change of plans. I don't know what that's about. I think there was a change of plans that's calling for this timeline shift. I just keep getting like shift, like things are shifting in a different way. Like the plan's been readjusted. I don't know why I feel that way. The plan's been readjusted, but they're learning that through this Vision Quest. I think whatever masculine group I'm tapped into, because we have the collective, right, of the divine counterparts, but then even within those groups, people are harnessing different energies at different times, and there's also the different waves, right? If you're a first wave or a second waver, or if you're part of that new archetype, right? For this particular group, I'm almost getting like more healing was needed. I think there was resistance along the way, and so more clarity had to be given. More clarity and healing had to be given. So now their heart space is like, I'm getting invaded. Like their heart space is all invaded right now. And it's a lot for them. It's a lot for them to kind of like take in. But they're harnessing this energy of, I know where I need to be. I've seen where I need to be, and I need to the timeline needs to shift. Whether they're thinking, I don't think they're thinking of it in those terms subconsciously, but it's like they're recognizing the shift that needs to take place, and it's taking place on an emotional level, on an intuitive level as well. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see what else we get, and then we'll start bringing out the tarot cards to clarify some of this stuff. Show me the energy of the masculine of the counterparts. Show me the energy of the masculine of the counterparts. Okay, one more card flew out, and it's the Arrow. For those who've been with me for quite some time, you already know how I feel about this card. This is Destiny. The Arrow of Destiny. It's also Cupid's arrow for me when it comes to just pure love readings. It's literally like the destiny has been set. The destination. Wow, I just realized the destination of destiny has been set, and it's been triggered, and it's on its way. It's been shot. It's in motion. It's in motion, okay, is what I'm getting. Overall, the divine masculines have the holy mountain. This is like a rite of passage for them. This is a serious rite of passage. They've gone up through the obstacles, through the changes, and now they're at the tippy top, and it's like, this is where they get that final clarity, that final transition is also what they're telling me. That final transition. I feel like a lot of these masculines have already ascended, but for those who were kind of lagging behind in the group, they're ascending. They're ascending. Underneath that, we have the rattle. That basically says it all. That basically says it all. It's the call to what is meant to be. The call is what this is all about destiny for the masculines. They're coming into the understanding of what their destiny is all about. Yeah, this is intense. It's going to be intense, guys. It's going to be freaking intense. All right, so let's start with the Vision Quest. Let's see what they're learning here. What knowledge they're attaining. See if I can hold on, let me just make some more space, guys. Okay. Tell us about the Vision Quest for the masculine. Tell us about the Vision Quest for the masculine. Tell us about the Vision Quest for the masculine. God, and doesn't this just look like a giant spotlight? I just realized. Sorry, not to like hit you with it, but doesn't that just look like a giant spotlight? The sun is like shining on the masculines right now. The attention is on the masculines. The light is on them. It's on them. And you know, that is something else with the divine counterparts that I want to just make sure is very clear. It's like when you are feeling your masculine less or feeling your feminine less, that's because literally spirit is putting the attention on one more so than the other, okay? But also keep in mind, guys, like we each have the divine masculine, divine feminine energy within us. So we still feel it on some minute level, but this is definitely about the masculine energy coming into that final awareness and final understanding here. Tell me about the vision quest for the masculine. Tell me about the vision quest for the masculine. Like, I'm actually, it's weird. They just showed me like a hospital and like nurses and stuff. What is that about? I think that's just a final healing place. Final healing place. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Let's see what came out. Oh my, yeah, this is it. This is the last I just keep getting the last portion, the last part, the last mile. 5 of Pentacles in reverse with the 9 of Wands and Temperance, Sagittarian energy. Yeah, Spirit's right here. They've been through it. They've been through the 9 wands of the journey, as hard as it is, and they're kind of tired. And it's like, I feel like after every single wand, mile, however you want to phrase that, chapter of this journey so far, it's just they've just been so tired every step of the way that I get that they've taken long breaks in between, and now they're at the final one, and Spirit's like, come on, get up. You can do this. It's just the last part, and it's like, it's almost like the most enlightening part, which is why it's like they're kind of, I'm getting excitement behind the masculines, not from them, but like from their own spiritual teams, so to speak, like their guides and what have you. Hold on, I need water. Sorry, guys. Oh, sorry, guys. Been talking a lot today. I've done a lot of videos. Okay. And it's almost like their guides are rallying them on. They're getting that little intuitive push, like, hey, you're almost got it. You're almost there. You don't have to be here anymore. You can finally be at the final place, at like the end of the cycle, to finally embrace what you're supposed to embrace, is what I'm getting. Temperance for me is always like a little divine intervention. It's a little fix-it angel, is what I like to call it, a little repair angel. All right, let's see what else we can get for Vision Quest. Jesus, guys, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm going to pause the video because clearly my cough is not stopping. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so getting back into it, we've addressed these energies pretty well. So let's see what else we can get for the masculine as far as this last portion, this last enlightenment, ascension, what have you, whatever it is for your particular masculine, okay? Tell me about the Vision Quest. Any other messages regarding the Vision Quest for the masculine? Tell me about the Vision Quest. Tell me about the Vision Quest for the masculine. So you got one other one. It's face down. I can't see it. Tell me about tell me about the masculine. Tell me more about the Vision Quest for the masculine. Okay. See what we got here. I know, kind of like no brainer, right? Oh gosh, darn it. I was fine. The Lovers, Gemini energy. This is divine soul connection for me. So soulmate all the way up to twin flame. We're talking twin flames. We're talking divine counterparts. It's about this. You're at the last mile to get what it is you're supposed to get. Quite literally, like part of your destiny. This is like the big part of the next chapter of your destiny is like what I'm getting, masculines. Just claim it. It's like you're there. You're there. You're like at the last mile. Overall energy for Vision Quest, look at that. 6 of Wands, talk about victory. Victory, accomplishment, also attention and recognition for some, even on a public scale. And I've noticed that too within the community, because a lot of people reached out to me saying like, oh, their masculines have finally come in and there's union and it's really great. I've also just noticed more twins are actually working together in a public space now. It's kind of interesting to see in the community. So anyway, congratulations to anybody who's already in union. For those still waiting on their masculine, they're there. They're there. They're so close. It's just that last wand, that very last wand, okay? So let's look at water. We'll look at the water space. Actually, no, let's look at Time Master. There's a lot more information going on there. I can feel it. This is just adhering to how much emotion they're going through and how peaked their intuition is right now. And for a lot of them, I feel like the intuition portion is almost overwhelming. For some, almost overwhelming, which I think is also why they're like, I need a break before this last mile. Can I get a water break? Can I get a foot rub? Like, can I take a nap? I actually am picking that up for some of the masculines. Just let me take a break before this last mile. But let's look at the Time Master. Let's look at the Time Master and the changes that are coming up here for the masculine. The timeline changes that are trying to be implemented. Like I said, for some, it's almost like something has been changed in the plan because there's been resistance. Tell me about the Time Master. Tell me about the Time Master. And it's already been dictated. Whatever this change is, it's already been dictated and sent off, is what I'm getting. Like, sent off. Sent off. Tell me about sent off. Why is that sticking with me? Tell me about the Time Master for the masculines. Sent off. I don't know why that's sticking with me so much. It's actually, my guide won't stop saying it, and it's actually like, I don't understand. Sent off. Tell me about the Time Master. I know it's already in motion, but what is the scent? Scent. Tell me about the Time Master for the masculines. Okay. Tell me about the Time Master for the masculines. Tell me about the Time Master for the masculines. Tell me about the Time Master for the masculines. Wow, King of Swords, shouldn't talk about the Gemini energy. Gemini could also be fire or air. And you guys know the signs associated with those elements. Just to save time, I won't reiterate them. But this is communication, but it's quick. Very quick. I'm getting back to that scent. I feel like the masculines actually are going to communicate something about this, but it feels... Is it panicky? It just doesn't feel... It just feels very quick. Like, it almost feels like not very well thought out. Not thought out communication about something that they've seen or witnessed or been experiencing. Now we have the Five of Cups here, which is about loss, sadness, also depression. Could also be very depressive energy. Oh God, it's the realization. It's the realization. Some of them, I think, are seeing something about some past lives they've had with you. And how it's gone and how it's kind of repeating upon itself, which I think is causing the need for the shift in the timeline. Like, let's not repeat the same shit. And it's almost like they can't contain themselves and they have to tell you what they've seen. They have to tell you what they've come into knowledge about. And it's something that it's made them feel kind of sad. Like, you know, and I get it. Like, when you know too much about your own past, like especially your past lives, sometimes it's a little intense. Sorry, guys. Sometimes it's a little intense. Sometimes it's hard to unsee what you've seen, and even if it's really upsetting, right? So there's something that they've seen, that they've been shown about the timelines that you two have that really needs to change, and it's upset them a little bit. It's upset them. Tell me about the Time Master. And most certainly it's made them think about everything that's gone down in this life. As I say that, look what comes out. The Life Path card with the High Priestess in reverse. Revelations about the path. Yep. Revelations and secrets revealed about the path. High Priestess energy is Pisces energy and Gemini for me as a reader. Secrets have come out. Things that have been hidden to them have come out and they've become knowledgeable about. And it's like, I have to tell you. I have to tell you what I know. I have to tell you what I know. Especially because they're finding it upsetting. Okay. I'm also getting sorry. Oh my. Oh, we're going there. We're going there. We're going emotional. There's a big sense of guilt. Like, my guides are showing me stuff in weird forms. They just showed me like a giant like cartoon pill, like non, you know, human size, really. Like there's no way a human could swallow a pill this giant, and it just says shame. It's pink, which is interesting. It's a pink pill, giant pink pill, and it just says shame in big red letters. They feel responsible. They feel like it's their fault for anything that's gone down in this life that hasn't gone right. Like for the way things are now. And like, it's almost like they're seeing that it could have been done differently. They could have taken different action. And there's like shame with that. But why a pill form? I guess they feel like they've done it to themselves on some level. It's heavy. It's a little heavy. Tell me about the Time Master. Wow. The Star, Aquarian energy. Destiny. I think they're realizing they could have already been happy. But it's okay. It's like the timeline has been shifted so that it can happen. So that destiny is, you know, it's destiny. Can't outrun that. Tell me about the Time Master. Let's see what else we get. Tell me about the Time Master for the masculine. Tell me about the Time Master for the masculine. And guys, this is all the energy that I'm sorry, where are my words? This is all the energy that I'm just explaining to you. It can be on varying levels of magnitude for you and your masculine, from the very minute of, oh man, I made some mistakes with you. We could have already been happy. Let's be happy. From that kind of 3D mundaneness all the way up to, I've seen our past lives. I've seen where we've gone wrong. I'm seeing it repeat. We need to not do this. We need to not do this again. We need to do this differently. Tell me about the Time Master. So just know that, okay? Overall energy. Oh yeah, the Magician. Divine masculine, right? It's also Mercurial energy, so Virgo, Gemini. It's also Aquarius and Scorpio for me as a reader. But this is about making things happen in the right way. Manifesting what needs to be manifested. Which really is just the victory with you, feminines. That's really all it is. It's just, they finally get it now. They finally get it. And I feel like this is the group of masculines who put up the extra fight, is what I'm getting. Like, really put up the extra fight. But it's almost like Spirit made it so they can't escape the truth. You can't escape the truth. Like, you can fight as much as you want, but this is the truth. And this is what's been revealed about the path you've been on so far. And where you're going, masculines, where you're going. Let's look at the Star. And I'm going to use the new fun risque deck because it's fun. I mean, come on, let's be real. It's a pretty cool deck. But let's clarify the Star and see what else we can get off of this, okay? And then we'll look at the feminine's headspace. Not just headspace, but just the feminines in general. Tell me about the Star for the masculines. Tell me about, Jesus. It's the one issue with new cards. They're a little funky to shuffle. Tell me about the Star for the masculines. Tell me about the Star for the masculines. Tell me about the Star for the masculines. Let's see what we got here. Wow. Very interesting. So we have 2 of Wands and 8 of Cups. 2 of Wands and 8 of Cups. I'll let you guys get a good look at those visuals, okay? So of course, as we know, 8 of Cups is usually going towards the happy, right? Going towards your happy after being at a standstill, after being stuck. I'm also getting a lot of tension. Oh my, even just... Actually, these look like the exact same people. Don't they look like almost exactly the same people in both images? There's a lot of tension between the 2 of you, and I think it's because it's taken so long to just get to this, to just get to like that last mile moment. And because the masculines, it's like, again, that resistance every step of the way. For this particular group that I'm tapped into, every step of the way, there's been resistance. And now they can't deny it anymore. Spirit made sure they can't deny the truth anymore. But there's all this tension. Like, look, I mean, my goodness, look at that. It's like she plays with him and then he plays with her and she pulls away. I play with you and you pull away. You play with me, I pull away. It's like, I kind of don't like it because it almost feels a little like a game. You know, it almost feels a little like teasing. And hey, if that's your thing, that's your thing. It's not my thing, but if that's your thing, that's your thing. But that's what it feels like to me, a little bit of teasing. And it's like, there's so much want here between the two of you. It's kind of sad that it's been at such a stagnant point, but that's why it's clarifying the star, right? Because it is going towards happy for the masculines. This is the happy. The tension needs to be released, okay? Let's see what else we get for the star. And the tension is like, it's coming in different forms for different people, like sexual tension, of course. But I'm also getting like anger tension. Anger tension. Is that even a proper phrase? Like getting so, excuse me, where there's been so much frustration because there's been so much resistance. It's like, that's where the tension's from, right? It's like, okay, you've resisted this whole time. Why now? What's different now? Can I believe this? Like, I feel like feminines, you're penetrating their... I didn't mean to say that word. It's funny that came out. Feminines, you're invading their space a little bit energetically and in their reading right now. I'm just sensing you guys. And I think that's part of you, feminines. You're a little pissed. You're a little pissed off and a little agitated. That's like, can I even believe you at this point? Right? Tell me about the star. Tell me about the star for the masculine. Okay. I can tell I'm going to quickly love this deck. I can already tell. Tell me about the star for the divine masculine. Tell me about the star for the divine masculine. Tell me about the star for the divine masculine. But this is good. This is moving past the tension. I do think that that's going to happen, okay? Let's see what else we got here. Oh, boy. Whoa, that flew far away. Let's see. So overall for the star, which one is this? Wow. Knight of Cups in reverse, okay? Piscean energy could also be water or fire. So I'll just turn it up right so you guys can take a look at this. What did I say about tension, right? But remember guys, it's the Knight of Cups in reverse. So for me as a reader, that's someone who gives love inappropriately, right? Where it's like they give too much to everybody or just not enough. I'm getting not enough from the masculine. This has been the past energy where it's like that really needs to change. But I'm also getting that antsiness where it's like they're that building of like needing to come in, needing to talk, needing to do something about what they now know is what I'm getting. Needing to do something about what they now know. But they cherish you, feminines. Like, do not get that wrong. They've always cherished you, even if they've never really expressed it. I mean, look at that. I mean, and it is Knight of Cups. It's like, that's very charming. That's very sweet. That's very flirty. Like, and they're giving me charming over and over and over again. That's interesting. For those experiencing the sexual tension, this is only for some of you, not all of you who've been experiencing it, but partly the tension is because I think the masculine has been almost nervous. That's interesting. Almost nervous to share in that way. Like not sure how to kind of go about it. I think because they do cherish you so much and they are very enthralled with you that it's like some of them are actually nervous, and that's where the tensions come in from because they feel it, but they don't know what to do about it. So let's see what else we got here. Wow. So we have 7 of Swords. That doesn't bode well. Wow. King of Wands in reverse. Leo energy could also be fire or air. And Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Capricorn energy could also be, excuse me, earth or water. Ooh, I don't like this. I don't like this. Honestly, because Queen of Pentacles in reverse is someone who's a disloyal spouse or a disloyal partner. But King of Wands in reverse, I'm getting anger. Anger. Agitation. Anger and agitation. This is interesting, feminines, because I feel like the divine masculines, there's a sense of feeling like being cheated on. Just being honest, like a feeling of someone stepping out, stepping out and dipping their toes into other waters, so to speak. Whether you are or not feminines, if you are not committed to them, you're not committed to them, but their higher selves are connected to your higher self. So if you are playing the field a little bit, if you are messing around with someone else, they know and they feel, I'll be honest, they feel kind of hurt. They feel kind of hurt, whether they have the right to feel that way or not. Their higher selves are aware. If you're messing around with someone, their higher selves know. They know, okay? I think that's also part of the reason they're hesitant to come in if for those who are in that scenario, okay? All right, so let's focus in on the feminine a little bit now. If anyone could timestamp this at 3:40, that'd be 30:40, that'd be nice. Thank you. Okay, let's get into the feminine space. Show me the divine feminine. Show me the divine feminine. Show me the divine feminine from the divine counterparts. I know my throat just went out there, right? Feminines, like the more I'm honing in on your energy, why do I feel like you guys are over it? Wow, I just saw my face. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I there's something about your energy, feminines, where it's like you just feel kind of over the masculine or over, maybe over the journey. And I really hope you don't really feel that way. Because remember, guys, you're connected and you mirror each other. And like, if you walked away from this journey, then you walked away. No judgment here. But if you're still on the fence and you're not sure, just know that if you're over it, your masculine's gonna know, and they might start mirroring that, okay? If you still want it. So just keep that in mind. Show me the divine feminine. Okay. Show me the divine feminine. Show me the divine feminine. Ooh. Oh my. Show me the divine feminine. Hold on a second, guys. Cards everywhere. Show me the divine feminine. The cards really want to talk for you, for the feminines, guys. This is crazy. I do get a little bit of darkness around you, feminines. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. Like, dark energy is actually very powerful. But there's something kind of like, we have the coyote out here, and the coyote is always like a trickster. It's a trickster energy. I feel like you guys are being put to the test a little bit. Show me the divine feminine. And I'm getting judgment. I don't know what that's about. Judgment. I don't know what that's about. I feel like your judgment's being called into question, or you're actually being judged. Show me the divine feminine. Okay. Wow. Overall, you guys have the rattle. And it's funny because the masculine basically had this too underneath the holy mountain, right? Because they're finishing their rite of passage. The rattle, you're hearing the call. You're hearing the call just as much as they are, but it's a different kind of call, because I feel like for my feminines, you've gone through your rite of passage already, but I think you're realizing that they're at their last stage, and I think that's what it is that you're getting alluded to, okay? You're feeling a big change with them. A big change with them. And that's why I feel like it's putting you in a weird place, because I feel like before you get this call, before you get this awareness that they're almost done and like they're basically about to come into union with you, it puts you in a weird space. So we have, let me put those up. So we have the crow, the coyote, and earth. I mean, just look at that energy for a minute. It feels so heavy, right? It feels very heavy. It feels a little, I just keep getting judgment. Like judgment and detours. Like coyote is like I said, the coyote is a divine spirit animal. That's all about being the trickster. It's making you see things that aren't really there to get you to where you need to be. It's that divine detour. It's that curveball, right? That curveball instinct, but to not get so thrown by it to where you kind of fall off your path. It's to just roll with the punches here. It's thrown you off because I think a lot of you are about to walk away or have walked away and passing judgment on it. Passing judgment on it. A lot of my feminines, I'm just picking this up for some of you. You have to make sure you're really grounded and connected to Gaia, okay? I feel like a lot of you have lost your grounding. Months. For some of you, it's been months. Others, it's been weeks. You've lost your grounding whether you realize it or not. And maybe it was intentional. Like I said, some of you already walked away from this. Like, some of you have, like, not, even if you never, like, said, I'm done with you, you just kind of let it go. You released it, but now you're like, well, wait, shit, it's here. I wasn't really ready for this. I don't know if I want this anymore. Like, that's the kind of energy that I'm getting from you guys. But it's because you're not grounded. It's almost like you released so much that you didn't realize you lost your connection to Gaia. But the crow, I'm just getting the crow is here to put things in order. I'm getting a lot of like scorpionic, karmic, death-like energy actually off of this. Why do I just feel like you guys weren't ready? You're ready, technically. I mean, you've been through it. You're ready. I actually think some of you really thought, like, maybe it just wasn't going to happen anymore. That's kind of what I'm feeling. So let's look at the crow. Let's look at the crow and see what this karmic, death-like energy is about that I'm picking up on. Tell me about the crow. Some of you might have already gotten involved with someone else. And like I said, the masculines, whoever's in that group, they picked up on it. They're aware of it. They don't like it. To say the least, that kind of pisses them off. They really don't like it. And I feel like that's coming with the coyote. I think that was for some of you, it was a test. Others, it was a curveball where they kind of dropped someone in your environment. And you were going with it. You were enjoying it. And it's like, oh, now your masculine's here, right? And it's like, what do I do now? That kind of energy. Tell me about the crow for the feminines. Tell me about the crow for the feminines. Tell me about the crow for the feminines. Okay. Tell me about the crow for the feminines. Tell me about the crow for the divine feminines. Tell me about the crow for the divine feminines. Oh boy. You guys are really stunned, huh? That's kind of how it feels. Tell me about the crow for the feminines. Tell me about the crow for the feminines. Tell me about the crow. Oh, geez. Feminines, come on. You can't disappear on me like that. I know you're kind of I know you're kind of taken aback that your masculine is like, you can feel your masculine right here and that he knows what you've been up to, but don't disappear on me. Don't disappear on me. Tell me about the crow for the divine feminines. Tell me about the crow for the divine feminines. Let's see here. Oh. Yeah. Okay. You guys release the masculine. I feel like this is for my feminines who've released their masculine. Overall energy for the crow, we have the Emperor in reverse. Divine masculine energy, Aries energy, Taurus energy. And to clarify the crow, we have strength in reverse, Leo energy. This is letting go. Letting go of control, letting go of this masculine energy, okay? A lot of you also feel like they released you already. I think that's how this started. It's like you felt like they released you and weren't giving into you, giving you what you needed. And so you're like, I'm done. I tried and I'm done. And so you release them and now they're back. And again, after I feel like some of you have already kind of found someone else or found another option of some sort. Because this group of masculines apparently took longer than they should, which is interesting. Because of resistance, because they were resisting it. But yeah, letting go. You let go of controlling the situation as well. Because for some of my feminines, and then we've all done it. Hey, we've all done it in any kind of relationship, right? At some point in our lives. I think you guys were a little codependent or a little overly attached or maybe even borderline obsessive over the masculine here. And I think that's also why you're like, you know what? I gotta relinquish control. Like, I just have to go with the flow on this. And then when it still wasn't working in the way you expected it to, it's like, it was just too much for you. And you backed off, right? You backed off. So let's look at the coyote. Let's look at the curveball that my feminines have been experiencing. Tell me about the coyote. Tell me about the coyote. Oh, feminines. Okay. I'm just picking up a little bit of a download. Some of my feminines who have found someone else, it's going to be a hard choice for you on what to do. And I'm just being honest because I can feel that energy that you're having for this, who, you know, for that group who have like other options or other people. And there's something about it where it's like you feel like you're being satiated. Like you actually feel like you're being listened to, you're being paid attention to. And I'm not going to lie, I can feel it in your heart. Like I can feel it in your heart chakra. It feels really good to you. Tell me about the coyote. Just make sure you're grounded. Whatever you decide to do, because it is your life, feminines. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I just read the cards. Whatever you decide to do, just make sure you're grounded and make sure you're connected to Gaia though, okay? Tell me about the coyote for the feminines. Tell me about the coyote for the feminines. And again, I keep getting this judgment energy too around you guys. And don't judge yourselves too harshly if you're doing that. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. On the masculine side, now it's on your side. Seven of Swords is a Aquarian energy. And then we have Nine of Cups in reverse with the Six of Pentacles, okay? In your opinion, taking up this option, yeah, it's Seven of Swords. It's like, I think maybe it was hard for you at first. I think at first you felt kind of strange about it. Like, maybe I'm being sneaky. Am I doing the right thing? It's like, because if you are like in that kind of situation, and let's say you are starting to get intimate with someone or just like getting closer or more romantic with someone, it's really hard to not think about your counterpart. It's really hard for like to disconnect from that for some people. Other people have an easier time with that. But I think some of my feminines are feeling kind of guilty about this. And with the Nine of Cups in reverse, I do get overindulgence, like indulging in the things that make you happy. And like I said, you feel satiated. You're almost overly satiated here. But with the Six of Pentacles, it does tell me that there was some balance achieved with that. There was. Absolutely. So like I said, I can't, no judgment, guys, no judgment. Especially with Six of Pentacles, it's like there's balance. And I think that's also why you're throwing feminines when you're masculine, when you start sensing your masculine in that final hour, that final mile, right? Because you're balanced, even if you are indulging or overindulging with another person. Tell me about coyote for the feminines. Just be careful, guys. Like I said, decide what you want. First of all, decide what you want, and then you can go about this in the right way, okay? Tell me about coyote for feminines. Tell me about coyote for feminines. Tell me about coyote for feminines. Okay. Overall, we have, Three of Wands in reverse. Because he didn't show up, because your masculine didn't show up, whether they're male or female. Since your masculine didn't show up, you did what you thought was best for you. You let shit go. You let it go. You tried to ride the wave and it wasn't working, and you did what you had to do, even if you didn't feel great about it at the time because you were sensing your masculine. Hey, it is what it is, right? Before we get into Earth, though, because that's why I'm feeling the judgment. I really got to look at the Seven of Swords here, and I'll use the new deck for that because it's fun. Because it's a fun deck. Tell me about the Seven of Swords for the feminines. Just slippery as hell. Tell me about the Seven of Swords for the feminines. Tell me about the Seven of Swords for the feminines. Tell me about the Seven of Swords for the divine feminines. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords, anxiety. Like I said, you felt guilty. You felt like you were doing something wrong, even though it brought you balance because you kept sensing, because you kept sensing them. Okay? And some of you definitely, like I said, are now involved with someone else who does pay attention and makes you feel very satiated, right? But you were worried about it. You were worried about it on a telepathic level. Because Nine of Swords is like, it's all mental anyway. And when it comes to the divine counterpart connection, like I said, you guys are connected. You're connected there. And so when you start freaking out about feeling guilty about it because you can still sense your masculine when you're being intimate with someone else, it sends you into panic mode a little bit. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. And remember, they do sense it. Remember, they got the Seven of Swords over here in regards to you, looking at you like you're not loyal to them. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Okay. Tell me about the Seven of Swords for the feminines. Tell me about the Seven of Swords for the feminines. Tell me about the Seven of Swords for the feminines. Oh my God, and I'm actually seeing something crazy in the visual. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Wow, that was it. Overall energy for the Seven of Swords, we have Three of Wands. Wow. Three of Wands upright. You waited and they didn't come. So as you were waiting, it was like, well, what can I do with my expectations, right? It's like, so you went off and you did what you had to do. You did what you had to do. This is what you wanted, though. You wanted them to come your way, and then they didn't. And then they didn't. And some people hit their breaking point, and it happens. It happens. So the visual that I wanted to show you guys. So remember these first two on the masculine side, where it's like, oh my God, they look like the same people. That tension, right? That tension of like them and then me, and them and then me. And it's like, oh my God, why isn't this ever coming together? Well, in the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the disloyal spouse card, those look like different people, don't they? Yeah, looks like very different people. Like, who's that redhead, right? Who's that redhead that the feminines, the redhead again? Sorry, it just started the recording. I noticed that and I was like, oh my. Yeah, so that's definitely the case for some of you. Definitely the case for some of you. So let's go to Earth. This is like, I'm like I said, I'm getting that judgment. I'm getting that judgment call. Either you're being judged or judgment's being placed on you a little bit here. And then that's where I'm also sensing the lack of grounding to Gaia, okay? So let's get into it. Let's get into this. Tell me about Earth. Tell me about Earth. I think some of you, because also your masculine wasn't coming in, I think you felt like they must have had other people as well. I think some of you told yourself that, whether it's true or not, to kind of make yourself feel better. And that's no judgment. Like, honest to God, guys, like, no judgment here. It's funny, we're talking about judgment, and it's like, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you, because I get that. Like, I totally get that. I think everyone can relate to that, right? It's like, if someone's not living up to expectations, you know, what else are you to expect, right? But guys, also about expectation, because I feel like that was a big part in this. You got to be careful with expectations, especially if they haven't been thoroughly discussed with each other, okay? Tell me about Earth for the feminines. 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 I definitely think this detour, like I said, some of it was a test. Yeah, some of it was a test. Tell me about Earth for the feminines. Tell me about Earth for the feminines. Tell me about Earth for the feminines. Wow. Oh my God. So what did I say about judgment? Look at your overall energy. Judgment in reverse. No, like, can't even make this shit up. Literally, this is the overall energy. Judgment in reverse, okay? This is not like the side of judgment you want, though. This is like something needs to be rebalanced. Something needs resolution. Something needs to come together, okay? And the only clarifying energy, Queen of Wands. Aries energy could also be fire or water. And your masculine came in as the King of Wands. Perfect pair, right? Not surprising. But this is about you, feminines. This is about you making sure that you're making the right judgment call. And again, I'm not trying to throw shade. I just read the cards, okay? Make sure that you know what you want. First thing. Please figure out what you want. You might be feeling them reaching that point to where they're coming in or coming close to you because they're in that last mile, the last mile of their rite of passage in the holy mountain, right? of their vision quest, information that they need to receive in order to basically understand what this is and understand their path ahead, their destiny, their fate. And again, in the meantime, it's like a lot of you have just felt ignored by the masculine or just felt like a little hopeless about it, and you explored your options. And I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. But now that you're here at this point where you have your options or option, and they're coming in and they know, feminines, they know about these options, okay? It's time to address what you want. Do you want the masculine? Do you want this journey, or do you want other? And decide what you want, and then just come clean about anything. And I'm not saying you owe the masculine anything. I'm not saying you owe them an explanation. I'm not saying that at all, especially if you weren't committed, because I don't think you were. I mean, the masculine's like, also in this magician energy, which is a very single energy, right? So yeah, if you weren't with this masculine, like committed, then you don't owe them an explanation. But I do think it's worth sitting down and having conversation, because you are counterparts, and it's good to honor that and respect that. Because your higher selves know all the time, okay? So even if like your three-dimensional selves like don't like go with the flow, your higher selves are always doing shit, and you know it, all right? So decide what you want, because you don't want to be in this kind of judgment energy, okay? And I really feel like it's almost like from spirit saying like, hey, pick pick what you want, know what you want. It's time to have a conversation, okay? And the masculines know it too, so they're coming in to talk, but at some point after this last little mile that they have to go through for their rite of passage, okay? Because they're dying to talk to you, feminines. Like they're dying to talk to you about what they're gonna know and what they're coming into knowledge of. And remember, it's energy, so everybody's at different points in this timeline. So if you have an option that makes you really happy and the masculine hasn't, and you don't want the journey, then that's okay. That's your choice. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying you gotta decide now. It's time to decide. It's time to decide, and just make sure you make the right decision for you. Okay? I will pull Romance Angel deck. I wasn't going to. I was like, why not? I'm here. Why not? I'm here. This was the break from the monthlies and the weeklies, so let's do it. Any messages regarding this spread? 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 Wow, I just realized too, your overall energies. Look at that. This is the masculines, this is the feminines. Oh, shit. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Cards just flying out of my hands. A 25 and a 43. Both sevens. This is about the path. This is about, do we take this path together or not? It's time to decide, guys. It's time. It's time. Ooh. Any messages regarding this spread? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. This is about law of attraction, right? So feminines, if you're getting caught up in this, God, I'm feeling my masculine when I'm being intimate. Am I doing something wrong? I'm feeling guilty. I'm feeling worried. I'm feeling anxious. Guess what? They're feeling it. They're feeling that too. If you're going to feel that, they're going to pick up on it, and they have, okay? So if you take on that optimistic point of view, like if you want your masculine, start being in that positive mindset. Start using law of attraction to really come together with this, okay? Try to be optimistic. No matter what you decide, please just try to stay optimistic. Any messages regarding this spread? Any messages regarding this spread? Wow. Hold on. Sorry. Card explosion. All right. So these two that came face out, we have soulmate and passion. Oh, God. Some of you are engaged. That was interesting. I almost said engaged to a soulmate. I don't know why I said it like that, because I was going to say, like, you know, you're engaged with, like, you're involved with an option who is potentially a soulmate that you are, you know, having maybe a lot of intimacy with. And like I said, If that's the case, the divine masculines know. But I think this is also alluding to the fact that there is always going to be passion between you and the divine masculine as well. Okay, that's never going to go away. That's never going to go away. Let's see what else we can get, guys. Any messages regarding this spread? Any messages regarding this spread? Nope. Okay. Overall, yeah. Heart-to-heart conversations, guys. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. I already told you guys, it's time. It's time to decide what you want. It's time to decide what you want with the masculine versus a soulmate or your options that you may or may not be with. It's time. It's time for the talk. It's time to talk. Okay? All right, guys, I wish both of you, the masculine and the feminine, the best of luck in this because, like I said, I feel it, feminines. I understand why you did what you did. For those that resonate with this is not going to resonate for all divine counterparts. Let me just tell you. Not going to resonate for all divine counterparts. But just know you guys are connected, and whatever you're feeling and going through, their higher selves feel it. Okay? And if it's something that's really palpable, like something that's really strong in your life, something that's either very upsetting or very exciting, they're really gonna know. Okay? Okay? All right, guys. So, oh my God, when did I get fuzzy? Okay. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to check out Patreon and the Facebook page. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. I wish you guys the best of luck. I do. Because you guys know, I'm on my own journey too. So believe me, I understand the frustration, but I do wish you guys luck, okay? Take care, guys. Bye.